Hey guys, welcome back and happy Friday, by the way. So I'm gonna stick with the Friday, Saturday and Sunday of launching videos. Time-wise for me it's the easiest and makes more sense for me privately also. So I hope you guys don't mind. But I did bring a treat from the United States, or at least a plane from the United States in this case. Calibre Wings Jolly Rogers plane. Don't know which number it is exactly, but when we're going close up on this one, I'm going to show you. Had the luck on finding this one second-hand used via another collector. Thank you, Janis and Mark, for arranging this for me. Really appreciate it. Yeah, as always, box art from Calibre Wings, really cool. Also the crossbone here, and Jolly Rogers, and all that. Very well detailed and very cool made, of course, as always. But let's now go dig into the plane and see what we got in the package. Alright guys, let's have a closer look at the box. So a very cool detailed picture of the plane itself, which is excellent. Photo credit goes to David F. Brown. Always think it's important to show the photographer, which is always a good job by Calibre Wings model. See, the thruster fell off. Mark already told me this. Nice collector's card. Thrusters are, by the way, interchangeable, but I'll show in a second. Let's see what we got in the packaging. So that box is a side opener. There are no parts in the lid, so that's good. Let's see what we got. Nice chrome insert. Ta-da! And no additional things, but very cool, shiny. Nice for the details, by the way, so you get some flashback on the parts and the plane. Should be two inserts. So we have a weapons insert and the insert with the plane. Let's stick into the insert with the weapons. For a used plane, this looks still very good all. So all the pilots look really cool. Mark already told me this. Two wheel type setups. So for on the carrier deck, one low and one high. Full inserts, so that's really cool. The thrusters that I mentioned, they're separate units extra, but very well packaged. I'm gonna figure out during the build, when we have the plane out, what we're gonna put on there, but we'll see in a sec. But very well packaged, really decently done. Don't know what this insert is for, but extra space for sure. Then the plane, so it's a dual inlay, nicely made. I believe the pitot is a separate part in this plane, but we'll probably find it in a sec. But well made. So same type of packaging as we're used to from Calibre. Really decent, really good. Nicely made. So the thruster, let's get it out of the way. Then the plane itself, let's see, the box, it broke unfortunately. You see the pitot is separate here. Pitot is still in packaging. The box unfortunately died. But it's a used plane, so this could happen. I see the full thruster assembly came out a little bit, so the glue probably failed in its lifetime, which can happen. For the rest, it all still looks okay for a used model. Wings, nice folding action. Really cool details, by the way. I'm gonna re-glue this little bad boy in a sec. Let me put this thing in some foam. So I always recommend when you guys are working on these types, just put them in the foam bath. It makes life a lot easier. Just took out the in-flight mode inserts. Hope I can get this on. Oh, I can get this properly on camera. But nicely detailed, plain white, good fit. Nothing bad. And then same goes for the rear ones. Nice fitted, not too tight. So really nice. I'm not going to display this one in flight mode. This one is going to be in wheels down mode. Let's have a look at the collector's card. Plastic, nicely made. Really clean. Then let's see how all this fits together. Well, let's first have a little bit of a closer up look before we put parts on these things. They become more parts on it. So as I said, I would reattach the thruster a little bit. Nice thing about catch hook. So it's nicely possible. Air brakes that all work. Flaps that actually move. Wings that actually move. Back tail doesn't move, but the details are really cool. So nicely buried in the inside. Also here an air brake that's movable. Should have paid a little bit more attention when attaching this little guy, but it's okay. Nice logo name on the cockpit. Well openable. Little sensors and so on. Nicely made. Nice little plane. So let's see how all fits. First have a look at the rear wheels. So left one, full assembly already. No movable wheel. Tire is a bit off, but not bad. The rubber, by the way, but a little bit of weathering even in it. These go in quite easily, usual. I'll give them a little push in a sec. Same with the other wheel. So if you ever feel like it's a bit hard to push down, just take a dull blade. I always have some dull ones laying around, just to give it a gentle tap down. All right, so rear wheels are in. Front wheel, I'm gonna go with the low assembly. See the hook down for when shooting off, so putting it in, and then when not shooting. But I'm gonna put this on a little trick, so I'm gonna show you guys in a sec. A little display from Hobby Master. So same if I would start pushing on this, that would be a way together weapons assembly, which is quite cool. So it's little packs and little packs, and they go on these main frames. It's not bad. It's not bad. And also a cool detail, they actually took the time, so they made 2 different sizes of holes and also 2 different sizes of packs, so you cannot put them in the wrong way. Cool. So I installed the first 2 rockets. This was quite smooth, I have to say. I've heard some stories of people that collect these mainly, and they say it's really hard to attach. So far, it went well. Let's go on with the next ones. So another one I want to dive into has selection and choices. So just put a main structure frame on there, but you can also go, let me show you guys shorter versions. So you can install, sorry, these are the back ones. So you can also make a setup where you have different type of missiles on different type of jobs. So now I can put these big guys in. We'll look up the correct names. I always forget the names of which type of AAM it is. But also you can go with the basic, I think 120 aims. Not 100% sure, by the way. Help me guys with the names. So you have some choices. You don't have to pick the same weaponry, so that's really cool. Mainly I like these because for me that's typical on a Tomcat. So I'm gonna stick these on. So talking about the amount of choice you have. So I had this setup I had. And I'm going with this one because I want all the big guys. So this is the setup I went with. Now, unfortunately, I had to use a drill. And I'll show you guys in a sec. But the packs on these little guys are quite long. And one of the holes was plugged with some plastic. So it happens, I think. But it's a bit of a disappointment. Most people don't know how to use these little drills from hobby building. That's not for everyone. But so this is the choice. I think it looks really stunning, really cool. I had a ton more of choices, but I just went for some more standard air-to-air missiles. Also 2 fuel tanks, of course. This one's a bit loose fitting, so I'm curious if I will need some white hobby glue, some paper glue, but I hope not. So we're gonna flip it around and do another shoot from there. So that's looking a lot more complete as a plane. So and then the pilots. Yeah, it's the first time that I really see super detailed pilots. Especially the helmets, really cool. Look a bit like, like more proper to the detail with the plane. So putting them into the cockpit, let's see how easy that is. Now, to be honest with you guys, it's been a while since I had a new Calibre wings. Last one I think was a couple of years ago. So I don't want to humiliate myself for the camera. I lost the pilot almost. Sorry, Joe. So putting them in their rubber, luckily. I'm probably gonna stick them just under there. You hear the little nice crackling sounds. Not bad. So already finally crammed both the pilots in there. So I have to say it takes a long time. I think I spent like 20 minutes to put this thing together properly. The end result is really cool, of course, but it is, let's say, a more advanced level of putting a die cast together. That's for sure. But in general, a very happy man with this plane. We'll do a close-up now, go over the whole plane with the camera, and we'll see what you guys think of it. All right, so close up. I, by the way, got a little base from one of my friends, Graham, from Canada. He bought an Hobby Master one with him from MTS Aviation. Really cool, by the way. It's not the ideal spot for this plane, of course, because it's in the start position. I hope from Basecraft I can buy one day one to make this more look realistic, but for now this will do. So as I mentioned, let me get some focus on paint for you guys. Really well detailed pilots, nicely made. Weapons, I have to say, clicked on very well. Let's make it even more realistic. Flaps completely out. Really well detailed, nicely done. Especially for a used model. I only want to show you guys so this one that I re-glued there. Unfortunately, a bit of a misser from my end, but in general, not bad. So, a very cool looking plane pitot. I need to adjust a little bit. But very cool, well worth the money to put together. This will look awesome in my cabinet, that's for sure. Guys, so that was the review and build a little bit of this Calibre Wings one. I have to say, not bad. I spent, of course, less on it used. It is not a bad model, but it's just something that I really need to take your time with when assembling. It's not really like Hobby Master where it's like click, click, click and done. Here, it requires a little bit of thinking, what do I want to put under there? Does it fit right away? Unfortunately, with these type of low levels or low level of volumes, you see it becomes more of a custom product, I've noticed. Which is not a bad thing, but it's just something that requires a little more bit of attention when putting together. Am I happy with the plane? 100%, hell yeah. It's a very cool piece to have. By the way, if you want to buy it, product number, but recommended. Cool plane, not bad. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed also me being patient with putting this together off cam, so I will have a lot of cuts in this video. I hope you guys don't mind. Next one will be 2 corgis or 3 corgis coming videos. 2 swordfishes I have lined up, one Coastal Command and one normal one, and then also a Heinkel HA111. From Russia era, or at least in Russia fought. So like, subscribe, reply, comment if you want to see something specific next time. This one I really enjoyed, and feel free to let me know what you want to see next. Thanks guys, have a great day.